He was just 17, quiet, invisible, the kind of kid no one looked at twice in the hallways of Luton High. To most, Jamie Cartwright was a ghost. But underneath the silence, something dark had been growing, something violent and planned. Jamie didn't come from a broken home. His parents were ordinary. His mom a nurse, his dad a postman. But in the shadows of the internet, Jamie found a different family. A community that praised hate, idolized violence, and encouraged mass murder. That's where he got the idea. He studied every detail, every shooting that had ever shaken school, from Columbine to Uvalde. Every tactic, every weapon, every mistake. Jamie wouldn't repeat them. He believed he was smarter, more righteous, and more dangerous. His journal, later found in a shoebox under his bed, wasn't filled with teenage thoughts or dreams. No, it was a blueprint for slaughter. He named his plan Operation Rebirth, because in his twisted mind, killing his classmates wasn't evil. It was justice. What for? For the times they laughed when he spoke. For the teachers who looked through him. For the girl he liked who never texted back. In his world, they were all guilty. He chose May 3rd, 2025, a Friday. Assembly Day. Everyone would be gathered. He'd mapped the exits, knew where the fire alarms were, even practiced shooting with air rifles in a rented shed outside town. All that was left was to get the real guns. That's when fate, no, justice stepped in. A classmate, 16-year-old Devonte Myers, noticed Jamie acting strange. He was sitting alone in the library, writing obsessively. But what caught Devonte's eye was the sketch, a diagram of their school hallways, with red XS marked near the doors, and the word detonation written in sharp ink. Devonte didn't know what to do at first. He hesitated. Maybe it was just a video game design. Maybe he was overthinking. But something told him this wasn't a joke. So he told his mom, and his mom told the school, and the school called the police. At first, they thought it was nothing, just another anxious teen scribbling nonsense, until they searched Jamie's locker. Inside, a printed map of the school, highlighted exits, lists of classmates he didn't like, and worst of all, a USB drive titled goodbye.mp4. When the police opened it, they froze. In the video, Jamie sat in his room, staring into the camera, calmly explaining his plan. He spoke with the tone of a soldier going to war. He named the classmates he planned to kill. He smiled when he said, "They laughed at me. They won't laugh anymore." Within hours, Jamie was arrested. In his house, detectives found 2 illegal knives, firecrackers he intended to turn into explosives, and his disturbing journal, filled with rage, racism, and revenge. The town of Luton shook to its core. Parents cried in disbelief. Teachers wept with guilt, and students, those who had once ignored Jamie, now trembled, knowing they'd been a day away from becoming statistics. In court, Jamie showed no remorse, no tears. He blamed the world. The judge didn't flinch. He called Jamie's plan a cowardly act of terror and sentenced him to life in prison, with a minimum of 25 years. But the true hero of this story was Devonte, a quiet teen himself. Not perfect, not popular, just someone who saw something and spoke up. When asked why he reported it, Devonte said, "I just had a feeling, and I'd rather be wrong than be too late." That single moment of courage saved dozens of lives. Jamie Cartwright thought he'd rewrite the story of Luton High in blood, but the only story remembered is how one brave student stopped a massacre before it began. And in that, justice was more than served. It was loud. It was powerful. It was final.